said among themselves, man,
Perceive ye, how ye prevail nothing, right? Behold, the world is gone after him.
the world is gone after him. So they were talking about Jesus Christ, right? And that loads of people are following after him, right? So the Pharisees said among themselves, see, you perceive nothing that the world has gone after him. So they knew that the world was referring to the Israelites. We just read it. Like, show it.
No, I've read it.
It says, perceive ye how you prevail nothing. Behold, the world has gone after him.
St. John. I thought you were looking at Acts.
Say, behold, the world is gone after him. So the world is talking about these people. So was everybody on the planet following the Lord? No, the Lord, the people don't even know about it. He's talking about Israel.
Oh my God, I'm going back to bed. It was cool speaking to you.
Yeah, so what you gotta understand, bros, is that y'all, where you from, man? What's your nationality?
Poland.
Okay, well I can look at you and I can read your spirit. You're an Israelite. But what it is with you gotta understand is that the Bible was not meant for everybody. Okay? And it's not your fault that you don't know. Understand? If Paul went to you have to hear what I'm saying. If Paul actually went to the actual other nations, the other people that are outside of Israel.
Risk his life.
No, hear what I'm saying. If Paul went to the actual other people, he was wrong in terms of not following up with the Old Testament. That's all they had was the Old Testament. Go and read that.
Now this is why
Jesus was the New Testament. He's the New Covenant.
This is why Paul went out.
Give me that response.
Listen, James 1 verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord, says Jesus Christ, right? To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
So
here we go. So it's opened up to the whole world.
No,
because we were scattered, bro.
We are spiritual.
Read that again.
James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
The 12 tribes of Israel, man. There's no spiritual nothing. Give me Matthew 5 and verse 1.
Another precept. God backs it up. This is 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 1. Listen, Peter, an apostle of says Jesus Christ, to the strangers, scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. So they were called strangers, but they were scattered. So a lot of our people were scattered among the nations.
I see where you get that.
But they were being called what? Strangers. What's another word for stranger? Gentile. To the Gentiles scattered abroad. That were in Galatia. So when you read the epistle of Galatians, those were Israelites that were scattered in all regions.
It's so difficult.
And you make it difficult. It's easy.
It ain't difficult. It's difficult for you, bro.
Because you got that old wine. You got the old wine, and we're trying to pour this new wine into you. And you're saying you prefer the old wine.
I ain't got the old wine. I had nothing in me.
That's why you were drunk.
So
you were drunk and
the old
staggering.
wine.
You're staggering.
If I had old wine, I would need to pour it out first.
You gotta get rid of the old.
I never had the old. I would just feel
Bro,
with
you
the
got the
new.
old wine, man.
Hey,
can I read this? One more scripture. Right? Let's get Matthew 5, because you said Jesus was the New Testament, which he was, but he was also keeping the Old Testament.
He was.
Let's read this.
I do not agree with that. Before you read it, I do not agree with
So if he was keeping the Old Testament, then why would he go outside of that which is of the Old Testament?
Because it's open to everyone.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't that simple, my man. Read that.
This is Matthew 5 and 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set.
No, it says 1 John 1:2. Verse 17.
Right. Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy.
Hey, bro, you listen, right? My man, you listening? Yeah, read that.
This is Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right. So, like I told you before, so when you read about the old prophets in the Old Testament, Yahweh Shai came to fulfill that. Okay. So if you're saying, look, if we're all saying that the Lord came and died for the world or the actual other nations, then you're wrong on that. And now when you read I'm going to prove something, right? Now when you read, hear me out.
Why did Jesus come?
To reconcile the nation of Israel.
What is the nation of Israel?
Yeah, go ahead. Listen. Matthew's 18 verse 11. Matthew's 18 verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save. Oh damn, man. So, come to save that which was lost. Right.
So who is lost? Okay, let's get that.
I'll get.
We gonna find out who is lost. Read that.
It says.
This is fun for me, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
It
No
is.
emotions in it, bro.
It is.
Matthew's 10 verse 5. These 12 Yahweh shall send forth and commanded them, saying, go not into any way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So he came to regain that which was lost.
And then after, what did he do? If you read on further, what did he do? It won't be literally further. It's like, down. He came for other people. Like, there was a woman. No. Alright, okay. There was a woman.
When you talk about the South
You know the woman at was that the well? Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. My memory's
yeah,
fresh.
the
Where she's like,
Samaritan.
even the dogs eat from the master's table.
Right.
She was not a Jew.
She was.
But Jesus said
She
you
was.
are forgiven.
She was. It said she was Syrophoenician, but Greek by nation. She was a Greek-speaking Jew that was living in the regions of Syrophoenicia.
We know the history, bro. We know the history. Trust me.
Was every Jew a Greek?
Yeah, when it's referring to the Greeks in salvation, it's referring to the Greek-speaking Jews.
Right, but when we speak of nationality, right?
Yeah, nationality. But they were Hellenized Jews.
Were they Greeks or were not Jews? Were they Greeks or were Jews?
Of course, but it's not referring to them. It's not referring to them ones. It's referring to the ones who were Israelites that were converted into the Greek fashion. Because if you understand the history during the time of the Greeks, our people were conquered by the actual white Edomite Greeks, and we were forced into following the Greek way. I mean, a lot of us were taken as slaves. We couldn't practice the Sabbath day. We couldn't practice certain of our holy days, man. And so a lot of us conform to the orgies. For example, if you see Greek pottery, right? Ancient Greek pottery, you'll see what? You'll see black people doing javelin, discus, into orgies, doing all that Greek shit. Because that was us, the Israelites. And Paul went to them and said, listen, all that shit you're doing is of a wicked, dirty thing. So they said, listen, come back, your Israelites, come back to this thing, because the kingdom is coming for us. Them people that you're following, they're going to be your servants. They're going to bow down to you. And don't watch the Jews that are living in Judea and say they don't like you, right? Because a lot of them are going to be destroyed because they don't believe in Yahweh Shai. You are going to be saved because you believe in faith. They stand by the law. You stand by faith, right? So that's what Paul was trying to break down, that middle wall partition between the Jews and the Jews that were in the Gentile state of frame of mind, and say, listen, break down that middle wall, because there's no difference between all of us. We're all Israelites, so we can all believe.
Oh, you guys
And you know what, too, brother? And can I bring this out as well?
Yo, my guy. I'm gonna peace out. All right, I'll do one more, then I'm gonna head.
All right.
Right, so this is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, right?
Yeah, that's it.
This is the word Hellenists, right?
Yeah.
So it says Hellenists, Jews who made Greek their tongue.
Jews who made Greek their tongue. Why did the Jews make Greek their tongue? How come they spoke Greek? As the brother was saying, because they were conquered by the Greeks. Like, for example, if you go to America, you see a so-called Negro, okay, of the tribe of Judah speaking English. But is he actually American because he was born in America? No, he's an Israelite. He's an Israelite that was conquered by the so-called white people in America. That's why he's living the American way. Okay, so it's the same thing with the Jews that became Gentiles, as we're reading to you right now. They were conquered and scattered in their land, and they became actual strangers. They became likened unto the actual strangers. That's what Paul came to regain back to the house of the Lord. Let's read that.
1 second,
Go ahead, let them finish.
It also says, and with it, often adopted Greek ideas and practices.
See that?
You got it.
See that, Zondo?
You're right. I agree. But at 17,
Wait.
it's about Athens. on people of foreign land, like away who are not Jews. It says,
No. Because what's happening is, you have to understand, when you first hear this truth and you've been spent so long in church, right? You bringing out every scripture you can to try and back up what your belief. Because you're trying to say, hold on, you're saying this, but wait, what about this scripture though? He's trying to develop an understanding. That's what. Go on.
So let me learn the way I learn.
Go on.
So why is it there mentions like Athens or some other places I cannot pronounce? Like the Athenians, Areopagus, they're not Jews. These are people who are foreigners. It says that these are foreigners.
What chapter is it?
21, Acts 17:21. When the Athenians and the foreigners who lived there spent their time doing nothing, talking about the latest, listening to the latest ideas. So Paul went there and was like, I can see you're very religious people. You even have statues of your gods. And you have one that says to an unknown God.
Yeah, because those are Israelites, but they've been heathenized, man. They've been estranged from the ways of Israel. That's why they're into the. Listen. Because you see, our people were very spiritual, man. That's why we're into voodoo. We're into all kind of madness.
People are very spiritual.
We're into voodoo. We're into anything that's spiritual. We're into fucking Egyptology, the worshipping of the Greek, the Hamite gods, fucking anything that's spiritual. We're into any type of spirituality, Islam or Christianity.
I'm always confused how I can talk to black people, they're spiritual, but white people just
they ain't about that, man.
But I've seen white people who are spiritual. It's just the country. I guess it's just the country.
Yeah, but majority of our people, because that's why our people are so inclined to the Bible, because the Bible is a spiritual book and it connects with our spirit because it's for us. It's only for us. It's our book.
But I gotta go ahead.
Alright, one more.
Give me the scripture, then I'll leave. Just give me something.
Alright, this is Acts 2 and 5, yeah?
2 and 5.
And this is about Pentecost.
Yes.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, like you, spiritual, out of every nation under heaven.
Which is the whole world.
There you go, man.
You understand?
We were scattered.
Every nation
under heaven. We were
Every
scattered.
nation, that's the world.
That's one part. Acts 17, if you were you
No.
Every Saturday. Yeah. Every Saturday.
He try to get one cheap one in.
Just Captain Save the Edomite. That's
Titus chapter 3 verse 10. A man that is an heterin after the first and second admonition rejects.
Yeah, but that guy here, you can work with him. What he needs here is a big punch, man. To really to make him see it. You understand? You can work with him because certain guys, you can kind of tell that's by the first admonition he ain't gonna get it. So, but that guy, he was kind of. You can get to him, it's just that he needs a punch, man.
He needs to be toughened up.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to get chastised.
Romans 10 and 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record, they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge, man.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? You got that zeal, you know what I'm saying? Because it's in us we have a natural attraction. It's like, for example, the Israelite man and the Israelite woman. We hate one another right now, generally speaking. But every time we walk down the road, we can't help to look at one another. It's like we got that zeal for one another, but it's like that positivity, that conscious positivity is not there. But subconsciously we're attracted to one another. So we as a people, we don't have the true conscious knowledge of the Most High, but subconsciously we're very spiritually connected to the Bible. We're very spiritually connected to God and the concept of God and the concept of spirituality and everything like that, and serving a higher Creator. We're subconsciously connected to that.
But you know what though, brother? But you know what though? Yeah, you're right to a certain degree, because our people do believe that there's some sort of higher power, spiritual, kind of connection there. But the people that's really connected with the Bible, and this is a true saying from one of the apostles. The only people that can actually understand the Bible is the prophets, because the Bible is actually spoken of the prophets and it's for the prophets. So yeah, people that connected with the Bible, but they don't understand it. And that's why he was there trying to find out what are you guys teaching, and you're right, because he was trying to build up on what he was really bringing out because of his background. You understand? But the majority of our people, they understand that there's a supreme power. They understand that the Lord Jesus Christ, as they call him, which they were, conditioned to call them on that false name. But to just get to the point, the Bible is really for the men of God, the men of the Lord. Okay? Because when you have a 2/3, when you have a pick up a Bible and read it, let's just say a pastor picks up the Bible. What's he going to do? He's going to break it down. First and foremost, he would have to go to one of those schools, the theologian schools, to get taught the Bible. All right? But the elect now, we were taught the Bible, but we always had that spiritual understanding of the Bible to a certain degree. Okay? But a regular 2/3, he would have to go to school and to get some diligent learning of the Bible, because the spirit ain't under me. Okay? So that's just the difference between us and 2/3 of them.
Alright, Romans 10:3. For being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, and have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
Read that, what it says. Being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, man, and going about it. Those are niggas. Those are niggas, man. The ones that they're ignorant of the Most High's righteousness. Yeah. Right? And then they said, listen, man, I don't know one told me nothing. You know, I feel that my way is the right way. You know what I'm saying? No one told me nothing, man. That's a nigga. That's the typical example of Ezekiel chapter 1 or verse chapter 2. It says our people are stiff-necked and rebellious. You know, they're ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, not realizing the glory and the majesty. You know, you can't, like when you read the scriptures, I remember when I first came in, that feeling that I could literally behold the majesty of the Most High just by understanding the scriptures. Now when the scriptures about seeking the face of Yahweh, you can literally seek his righteousness when you come into this truth, man. Alright? So Jake is ignorant of that, man. You know, when you first come into the truth, it's almost like it's kind of, sometimes you might cry, man. Sometimes you might cry when it's truth, man.
But you know, though, brother, at the same time,
because you're woke.
Yeah, that's it. But what you have to understand is that, and really it's like me, I always get mad at the 2/3. I always get mad at the majority of our people. But you really can't get mad because the Lord blinded the rest of them, pursuant to Isaiah 6th chapter. That's why they can't get it. Okay, so we can break it down to them. It's the most simplest way possible, but they're not going to understand it.
Okay.
And the reason why they're not going to understand it because this is only for the prophets to understand. This is not meant for the 2/3. Even in the kingdom of heaven, when the kingdom of heaven is set up, our people, they're gonna know this. They're gonna be privy to the scriptures and the history and all of that. But the men that's gonna have the deeper understanding of how things are supposed to be is the governing body, the 1/3, 144,000, as it is yet this very moment. Because you don't see a group of Negroes coming from the ghettos by the alarming amount coming out here what we have to say, or even setting a path. It's only, 1,000 men. It's not a bunch of Negroes, because the Lord ain't dealing with the masses right now. The Lord is only concerned about the prophets, right, to bring them back to the word of the prophets.
Right. So they said that our people are ignorant, they go about seeking their own righteousness, and they don't want to subject themselves to the righteousness of the